This is Leaf Life. All things cannabis for all people. Now, Ricker and the Bearded Lorax.
We publish a free magazine called The Leaf, and it's available in print in 14 states at your local cannabis retailer and also available online at leafmagazines.com. My name is Mike Ricker, and I'm your host of Leaf Life with my illustrious co-host and bestie, Wes Abney, also known as the Bearded Lorax.
I speak for the trees.
And of course, there's AJ OG.
Hola, aloha OG.
And Mary J. White.
Baked with love.
As choices for home entertainment continue to improve, it's getting harder to get people to start living outside of the living room. So, event producers must conceptualize new possibilities to continually set a higher bar. This is Incredible Parties.
I like to party.
Me too.
We like to party.
Bring it on, baby.
Hey, our first segment, get people excited. And in the second segment, innovation and experience. Going to be a fun one. But before we get educated, we've got to get medicated. So let's get stoned. All right.
Let's go.
That's that time, AJ. I know you're salivating. Wherever your day has led you, now it's time to fire up, chew up, or drink up. But get in the mood as we introduce this show's Greg the Guinea Pig.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Greg the Guinea Pig. Who's our guest this week?
Greg the Guinea Pig warning. These tasks are undertaken by experienced cannabis users and under the supervision of accredited professionals. So please take our advice and definitely try this at home.
Well, she's about to bounce out of Seattle for Norway, her home country. Estelle SKOGSTAD-KURK is the founder of MULTI-ESK creative production, MULTI-ESK creative production and consulting company based here in Seattle. Estelle, welcome to the Leaf Life Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
All right. So thanks for coming and being a part of the show before you hop on that plane with your mother for a little getaway to the home country of Norway. And you're flying into Oslo, right?
Yep, flying into Oslo. And then we'll spend a couple nights there. And then we'll fly into Denmark. And then after that, we'll be going to Frankfurt, Germany. So
Frankfurt.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to call in a pinch hitter. Estelle's got to keep that blood clean.
Stepping up to the plate. Here's today's pinch hitter.
All right, AJ, spin that wheel and see what's you're going to be smoking on as we find out what's in AJ's stash.
In AJ's stash.
What you got, AJ? What you got?
We've got some white Tahoe cookies today. This is a live butter concentrate. I'm excited about that. Look at that beautiful color.
Nice.
Alive.
Oh, yeah. And this is by Bloom, California. These guys are OGs in the industry. Originally started off working with the plant as a patient in the medical days. And now they are creating and crafting their own concoctions for us, y'all.
That's beautiful.
Hey, big ups, Bloom.
Yeah, big ups to Bloom, and I'm smoking out of this little Bloom piece as well.
Well, that's a Puffco piece. It's the proxy on their new glass. Is it called a Bloom?
I don't know, but it looks like a Bloom.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, big ups to my guy Miles at Bloom in California. He's
beautiful.
a great dude. He's kind of a brand ambassador. And there goes AJ, the pinch hitter.
Nice.
Mariners lose again.
Right, Mom.
That's the Seattle baseball team here. And,
tastes really yummy, honestly.
all right, AJ. Well, it's when you're thirsty for a dab, Bloom is what you want to reach for out of that gorgeous Puffco.
Nice.
And you can see the Puffco peak on the cover of our tech issue in October.
Nice.
Wowzers. All right, hey, let's talk about it. Incredible parties. My God, we throw them ourselves.
Yeah,
Estelle, you throw them as well. You got to get people excited for these things to succeed. You can't just rent a warehouse, throw a bunch of booths in there with companies that are selling their weed or whatever, and expect for people to come back a second time. You have to make it exceptional. And the way you do that is getting them excited and throwing something that is above par.
Right.
And you threw a party one time where you guys had a hot air balloon outside.
We did.
That's exceptional. That
That's
gets me excited.
cool.
Never been in a hot air balloon, by the way.
Yep.
Except that time, Mary, we were on LSD.
remember
in
that?
Las
It was
Vegas.
so fun.
But
Yeah.
what party was that?
So that was our Dream House event a couple of years ago. It was our MJ Biz conference event that we had. It was the first year, I believe, that we did that. and we had a hot air balloon. So you got lifted, I can't remember how high, but not extremely high, but just high enough while you are high. And then we had like a huge tent, and inside that tent we had some like LED swings and seesaws. So, and it was just beautiful with all the lighting and stuff. So it's just a very beautiful thing to look outside, even if you're outside of like the event space. You're like, what is that? Like, I want to go there, and people are just drawn to it. So, but yeah, I got on the last hot air balloon ride of the night, and I was so stoked about that. It was a really cool experience, but that was definitely something that people were talking about and still talk about to this day.
We've had James Zahodny and David Tran of Fairchild, on the show before, and they're the pros at doing it. They are, as well as us. We both throw extremely elegant, sophisticated, yet stony and trippy, immersive parties. And that's how it works in the cannabis industry, because you have to realize that you're appealing to people whose senses have been bent just a little bit. And when you can make that stonerific feeling come to life visually and, physically, you've really got something there. Rather than just another cocktail hour, let's click glasses, yay, cool bar that we've all been in before. It's about getting innovative, isn't it? And we'll talk about that in the second part with innovation and experience. What are some other tricks that you guys have used to make these parties, to get people excited? Obviously, the promotional aspect is a big part of it. I mean, you really have to be like months ahead, and you have to get like AJ with that dab, get people salivating.
It's a lot of, marketing push. Like, what about that event is going to draw people in? So you're really trying to find what is the theme of the event? What can you bring in that will excite that theme or that goes with that theme? And so that's what's really important too, is understanding that concept and then going to entertainment, or what kind of food would go with this. Like, what kind of drapes or colors, it's really the little things too that tie everything together to make the little moments grand. So I think those are also really important.
How do you know that stuff? I mean, when I go to even Leaf Bowl and stuff, I'm like, who the fuck thinks of all this really cool shit?
So speaking on like James and David, they have been my mentors since they brought me on as their event manager for Fairchild events. Like, I have learned everything from them, and from learning from them, I learned myself. And then, down the road, I eventually had my own company to where I can be contracted to do other events because, why not? And I love to work with people and hear what they want to do and emphasize that and make it even here is what we can do to do this. And they're like, yeah, we're excited. I never thought about that before. So I feel like if you have that quality about yourself, utilize it. And I feel like that is one of my hidden talents, that I can actually bring something to life by hearing what you have to say and literally zoom. Okay, cool. I think we should do this. And they're like, great. So, just really thinking about, I like how I describe it. So, how Iron Man, he's in the mask and he has all these things going on. That's how my brain thinks when it comes to events. And it happens like that. So,
the sizzle's got to match the steak, Wes.
I've seen grown men cry over events. Not like a bad event, but trying to plan an event.
Lemonade.
So it's not easy, and there's a lot of trial and error as well. So no event is ever perfect.
No.
But then it's as a planner, you get to go and say, okay, here's what I learned.
Yeah.
And here's what I want to do next time. And then as the basics get easier, you can get more creative once you're not intimidated by the overall concept of it. And, not everyone's meant for event planning. But if you throw a great event, it will be for everyone in an inclusive way. And that's kind of the job, is to think about all those things like you said. What is going to happen we had an event where we served shrimp without enough garbage cans.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Garbage cans
Little
is my pet
things.
peeve. There's not enough. I get really antsy about it. I'm like, we need to get garbage. I know it's a
hard.
little thing, but it's a big thing because we accumulate trash. Where is it going?
And we were just like, oh, shrimp sounds fancy. Sounds so fun.
Yeah.
And then we heard from someone who was terrified the whole night because of a shellfish allergy.
Oh, God, that's right.
So now we don't serve any seafood at events.
Or peanuts.
Careful with those.
Yeah.
You know, peanut allergy people are generally really self-aware.
Yeah.
But with the shellfish, if you even touch like the
Oh,
skin,
yeah.
so then it just all became a hazard. Something you don't think about.
Yeah.
But when you have 1,500 people, you're going to have 3-4 that are allergic to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the fun side too, it's like not everyone wants to get in a hot air balloon. Some people are scared or
Yes.
terrified, but they're all going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you see like EDC with crazy rides
Yep.
and lit up experiences and people helicoptering in. It becomes part of the experience that you don't forget.
Yeah.
Especially if you're high on some,
Anything.
recreational substances.
Anything. Yeah.
Well, that place is full of drugs. We know that. And that's a huge part of it. There's the cocktail hour, MJ Biz, you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
That's, a business owners convention in Las Vegas every year. So, and it's huge. It's the biggest convention on the planet for cannabis. So you have to appeal to a certain crowd.
Yeah.
And when people go to Vegas, they're already excited. So because there's shows and there's casinos, ... We know what's in Vegas. So to throw a party and to stand out, you got to get people excited and get stoners excited. And a lot of people at MJ Biz aren't that excited, but you've got to outdo just about everything. I mean, now you got the Sphere to contend with. So you got to think about a hot air balloon and what can we do next year? And you have to constantly be outdoing yourself if you're the same company doing parties every year because people's expectations go up.
You can't do the same thing.
No.
Can't book a hot air balloon again.
No. Maybe a Ferris wheel or some sort. But
Go easy. All right. So Estelle, now it's time for you to play Would You Rather.
Okay.
Would you rather? Would you rather? Would you rather do? Would you rather?
This is a softball. Okay.
A softball?
Yeah, we're gonna take it easy on you.
Oh.
This isn't a game like the Weirded Lorax or something really difficult, right?
Hard.
It's hard. Would you rather is very easy. You just
No,
have
I
to-
was just the Weirded
Oh, the Weirded
Lorax.
Lorax
That's
is
a
tough
hard game.
Yeah, that was the last show last week. But the world needs to know more about bearded Loraxes.
Truth.
Yes, Mary. Okay. So would
So
you
mysterious.
rather? Estelle, number 1. Would you rather be at peace with yourself but at war with the world, or be at war with yourself but at peace with the world?
Probably the latter.
Well, it's got to be definitely.
Just because it's like you have to understand like your brain and how it works, and you can try to change and control it at the moment where everyone else around you is happy. You just have to learn how to find that balance within yourself. It's hard. It's really hard. But if you can find it, you can do it.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, you better say that's the right answer. She's adorable.
Yes.
Very adorable. Okay, number 2. Would you rather retrieve an uninsured brand new most expensivest iPhone from the bowels of a porta potty or pay the $1,400 for a new one?
I mean, it depends what type phone it is. Like some people,
I
some
think you
phone.
say it depends on which porta potty.
No, like what type phone? Because like certain like models of phones can withhold like 30 minutes
Most
of underwater.
expensivest.
Oh man, I don't know.
$1,400.
I mean, do I have a payment plan?
You don't have insurance. There's no insurance.
I would just
and you
put on
don't
my
have-
credit card, man. Probably just put on my credit
Wouldn't
card.
be digging in the poop for the phone?
You know what people eat these days?
I know, but it's $1,400.
Actually, you know what? Maybe, I would. I'll put a bag on my hand. I'll get in there, wash it under some water. We'll be fine.
There you go.
God, is a modern woman. You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Right answer.
God.
That's someone who's at war with the world and at peace with himself. I'll tell you that. All right.
God.
And number 3.
Why'd you have to get her to say that on the
What's
mic?
happening right now? I'm not expecting
Number
that.
3. Would you rather be recognized for excellence in your field as a provocative thought leader in the events industry by capturing the attention of both celebrities and journalists worldwide who pine for access to your exclusive mind-twisting affairs by displaying an uncanny sense for entertaining guests with fabulous displays and immersive experiences that befuddles competing companies, cementing you as the pioneer of parties?
Oh my God.
Or come back for the second half of this Leaf Life episode.
Probably
Take the
the
first.
second.
Take the first.
Why the first? I mean, I feel like, you know, as an event producer, like, there's always those opportunities, but podcasts are like, you know, someone invites you on, like, you gotta take that opportunity, and then you can share like more about what you do and talk about it with people, and then get exploited that way. I don't know. It's not all about that to me. It's like
She wants to have her cake and eat it too.
This woman's going to be CEO of a company one day, I'll tell you what.
I am the CEO of my own company.
Just like that. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Happened rather quickly.
Instant, yes.
Instant.
If you want to discover cannabis news, reviews, entertainment, and culture, and explore every single Leaf magazine at your convenience, search leafmagazines.com. Coming up in our second segment, we'll dive into how innovation and experience is the key. We'll get another spin of AJ's wheel, and we'll kick it all off with another episode of Not for Nothing with Mary J. White. Leaf Life continues in just a moment.
These products have intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming.
Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment.
Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products.
For use by adults 21 and older.
Keep out of the reach of children.
Some of the wardrobe, including Ricker Wes's sick lids, provided by Grassroots California. Check out the dopeness at grassrootscalifornia.com.